Welcome to the first day of the spring forward time change, if you're in the time change zone. It almost caught me by surprise this morning, but I think I'd been awake for a while, so I was safe. Okay, so we got to do some kind of review stuff here. Today is going to be more strumming and picking melody notes than it is going to be finger picking, but I want you guys to do just a little bit of finger picking practice with me right now. So there we go. Get your fingers lined up on your strings. Okay. Yeah. And what I want you to do is just the 4-3-2-1 picking. Just like that. Nothing tricky. Just get those fingers moving a little bit. Yeah. Okay. Gotta let Barb in here. Hang on. There we go. Okay, so we got that one. And now what I want to do is 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to go like this. First, I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3 for my picking. And I'm just going to keep my thumb resting on my 4th string. Keep things comfy. So this one, you can use if you're playing a song in 3/4 time, right? So you can sit there and go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And you can use, I don't know, let's toss a different chord on there. Let's do a C chord. I'm just going to sit and go 1, 2, 3. Right? So that's just right on the beat. If you want to do it in 4/4 time, something that's really fun to do is play it so that it matches all the down-up strums that you would do. And I know that we've talked about it before, but I want to just review the whole thing. So there I am on a C chord, and let's say the rhythm of the song is all down up. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, right? So you've got 8 strums you're doing, therefore 8 plucks to pluck. The pattern that you can use for that with these strings 1, 2, 3, they give it a bit of a lighter sound, like a bluegrassy kind of sound maybe. The picking will be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Ignore that 3rd string. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Okay. So if you do it slow at first and separate the bars, it'll probably help you to not pluck that 3rd string the last time. The reason why you don't pluck that 3rd string is because now I'm going to count when I'm playing the strings rather than say the string number. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. See, that covers all the 8 strums that match the C chord if it's going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Or you can think down ups, right? Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Then you get this. I'm going to do it a few different ways just to kind of work it through your mind here, okay? So now I'm going to count it again. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And maybe you're more comfortable with these fingers. That's fine. It's really fun to do. It is just so hard not to play that 3rd string that last time. Your fingers just want to go to it so bad. But if you get the picking going, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. That can help if you say it out loud. And then if you've got a friend that can just sit and strum a chord while you pick with that same chord, that can help. Or counting it. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 It's one of my favorite finger picking patterns right now. I love it. I love it so much. It's just, it can be tricky to get it going fast. So like everything, practice it slow, steady, make sure you feel comfortable with it, and sit there and say you're counting out loud. You know, like do the strings 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And then write that down on a sheet and then write your counting underneath it. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And so you can connect it all so that it all makes sense. Okay? It really makes it's just such a fun thing to do. Such a different way to practice your finger picking from one thing. Do I move strings depending on the chord? No, I just stay on strings 1, 2, 3 for that particular one. Don't even move. You get those fingers going, and whatever chord you play, just keep hitting those strings. Therefore, if you hit an A minor chord, it's just all open strings, right? Yeah, you just sit there. You can make the chord to help yourself stay with the flow, but you're not playing anything other than open strings. You just sit there. So I'm doing like I don't know, an E minor chord, D, the thing that you might start doing as you get comfortable doing that is you might start making smaller versions of the chords to just play the strings that you're actually plucking, you know, to make it more efficient. But that's it. Do it slow at first. And the whole thing is, I keep thinking about how if you strum it, you can pluck it. Whatever rhythm you strum is a rhythm you can pluck with those strings. So it's just, you know, thinking about your straight down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up rhythm, you can pluck that. And yet you can use all 4 strings and pluck like that, or you can take this version where you emphasize strings a little differently, and it can be really, really good. Just check this. Yeah, what about A minor? Yeah, exactly. All open. It throws people off every time because you think, well, you know, you got a finger down on a string. Shouldn't you play that one? That's for the strummers. You're being a picker. But even then, when you run through a chord progression, you can hear that dark sound coming from that A minor, even though you're not strumming that last chord, or sorry, not using that last string in the chord. Yeah. All right, we've got our fingers warmed up a little bit. Okay. Something that no, I'm going to wait until we played the song. I was about to start digging in on something else, but I don't want to do it yet. I generally go 4-3-2. Absolutely. 4-3. And do you go 4-3-2, 4-3-2, 4-3? Yeah. Yeah. There we go. 4-3-2, 4-3-2, 4-3. Try it out, you guys. And you've got a low 4 ukulele, right, Rosemary? Yeah. Yeah, that sounds cool. Absolutely. And that's got more of a guitar sound to it, right? And the other side, I feel like, has more of like a banjo sound to it. So 4-3-2, if you're sitting there playing that, you'd stop there to echo that same thing. So I'm using my thumb and my index and middle, and I'm going 4-3-2, 4-3-2, 4-3. And then you start it over again, right, Rosemary? Is that how you do it? Yeah. And then over again. And it's nice that thumb just keeps swinging on that 4th string, right? this is the glory of all these strings. I mean, you can approach them in so many different different ways, right? And it's about the emphasis, right? Like that, whatever your starting note of that group of three is, you wind up emphasizing. So with Rosemary's one that she does, the 4-3-2, you're going to hear that string more, right? And then the other way, the 1-2-3. This way brings out a little bit, maybe more of a, well, it's a higher kind of melody line sounding deal, right? And your way, right, which I use too, brings out a more of a bass note sound. This is so cool. I'm going to start making notes on Word right now here. And, oh, I see a chat came up. Oh, no. That's just the same thing I just read. I'm just like being quick on the chat there to make sure that I don't miss anything. And let me just do this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. 4-3-2, 4-3-2, 4-3. Different styles of music do lend themselves. Absolutely. Yep. Depends on the song, right? And that's where it these sorts of picking patterns help you build your musical sensitivity, right? You can decide what feels right for you, what feels right for the song. And these two picking patterns may or may not work for the song you're playing. And that's where you just start to explore, see what feels right. But if you've got people strumming a rhythm, try picking it on your strings. It's really fun. I know I'm having iced tea at 9:20, but I had no milk for my coffee, and this has got caffeine in it and some sugar, so it's going to be a sweet, sweet start to the day. All right, now here comes the bear dance. I feel like we've done some handwork, some technique. Let's get this little cutie pie going. Oops. There we go. So this is the main page of Bear Dance. Now I tried to make it so that I could play the main part of it on here. So you'll see that it uses 2 chords, and that's it all the way through. E minor and D. That's it. So that's kind of fun, you know, you've just got the 2 of them. I'm going to play the melody as written here, and then I'll scroll up and show you guys the little intro I did up. Let me just retune this bad boy here. There we go. All right. Okay, here I go. I'll play through it. And by all means, play through it with me if you want, but I'm going to go at a kind of a perky speed so you can hear the flow of it. And then I'll slow it down. Okay. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. I think this song sounds so cool. I really like it. Now I'm going to go slower. I just wanted you to hear the flow of the 8th notes that are in there. And I had an observation about the fingering that I was using there, and I'm not going to say anything about it right now. I'm just going to play through again and see if I'm doing the same thing again. But I'll play slower now. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. First line. 2, 0, 0. 2, 0, 0. 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 0. 3, O. Now we're on the second line. 2, O. I'm trying to put the brakes on a bit. I was speeding up. 3, 2, O, 2, 3, 2, 2, O, 2. Next line. O, 2, 3, O, 2, 3, 2, 2, 2. O, 2, 3, O, 2, 3, O, 3. Oh, here we go. 2, O, 3, 2, O, 2, 3, 2, 2. Oh, I did the same fingering again. Okay, let me tell you guys what I did.
Tina,
Yes?
it's Diane. I kind of lost you at the beginning because my sheet doesn't show a second zero. Like at the intro, you said 200 when you started,
Yeah.
but my sheet doesn't have the extra zero. If you look where it says E minor
Yeah.
at the very beginning.
Oh, okay. I had scrolled down and ignored the intro. Is that
Oh, okay.
that
That's
might be
probably where I went wrong. Okay.
that's I wonder if I it might have been a bit confusing for everybody. I'll scroll down everyone and go to where the repeat bar is. Thank you, Diane. Right at the where you've got the main part there, the 5th fret. Okay, so when I was doing here my observation about my fretting hand right here on this line. So I'm highlighting it there, the 3rd bar, the top line. I used my index finger here, kept it down because I was going back to play it again, and I just pivoted my hand a little bit and used my middle finger on the 3rd string. That's something I do quite a bit, I find, with these with songs like this, where I can try to keep a finger down if possible. Reasoning that I have for doing that is I find it a bit more efficient because I don't have a break in the melody. You know, when you get that little tiny break because you're lifting up your finger and then putting it down on the next string. So I don't lose that flow. Also, it helps to create a bit more of a feeling of that D chord, right? Because you got the D chord over those notes. So the 2nd fret on the 1st string still rings out a little bit there. So I wound up da 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 da. Yeah, I did that every time I had a bar like that. I did it. So bar 11, going between bars 13 and 14. I did it there. So right here, I kept my on bar 14. I kept my index finger planted because I just used it in the previous bar. And put my middle finger here and on these 2nd fret notes are on the 3rd string. And then the same thing on the 2nd to last bar shown on the screen here, bar 19. Did it there. Let's play it again, okay? And then I'll scroll up and we'll do the intro.
Vicky,
Yeah?
I have a different way I've been doing it.
Okay, let's hear it.
So on measure 11,
Yeah.
when I start that, I'm no fingers on the strings exactly. Then for the 2, I put my index on strings 2 and 3. So
Beautiful. Yeah.
except I can't play it right now.
That's okay. I know what you're talking about though. You've got your middle finger here on that 2nd fret, and then your ring finger here on the 3rd fret, right?
It goes down, yeah, to the third fret.
And then
And
you
then my index is on the second and third string, so I can play those right.
oh, you bar right away?
Yeah,
Oh my gosh, that's a good idea too. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So you go down like right here on that second fret. You lay your finger
yeah,
down.
and then I bar on the second and third strings.
Nice. There's a cool. This is great because everyone's going to play it a little bit differently. Fingering. So there's Vicky's barring. I'm pivoting using my index finger. Another way would be to use your middle finger on that second fret, ring finger on the third fret, right? And then you've got your middle finger will still be there, hopefully, on that second fret because you just used it there. And then index finger on this fret, on the third string. So you start to line up a little bit of a D chord. Isn't it interesting? So there's 3 different ways that we just talked about where you can approach that fingering in order to keep the melody ringing out nice and smooth. Because the melody is super important in that bar. You don't want to have, unless you're looking for that staccato sound, or you make the notes short here and here. So it's about intention with this. If you intend to have the notes sound short, then play them like that. If you intend to have them ring out together and keep a fluid line, then do that. And the choice is yours, right? But just make sure that you have the ability to do that. And in order to do that, that's where you need to have this, be flexible with your fingering. Be flexible with the placement of your fingers, if at all possible. But if your fingers are not letting you do that, then you play the song however you can, and you just go for it. Okay, so that's always the thing I think about. Like, if I could have my fingering be perfect and have the song play exactly the way I want, that's great. If my fingers are not feeling it that day and I can't play the song perfectly, but I can still play it, then that's perfect too, because you meet these songs where your hands are at. I've met so many people over the years that are missing chunks of their fingers or have arthritis or nerve problems, and if you can still play, sometimes that's all you can ask for to keep your day happy, right? It's so good. Okay, let's play the whole song again. I'm going to make this a little bit tinier now. I'm going to go up to the intro. The reason why I didn't focus on that intro to start, honestly, is because I had added this in for as a bit of a cue for people so that they would know when I was starting the main melody. So the intro that's written here, bars 1 through 4, is just a little deal that I had added. It's not part of the traditional song itself. Now this, it did come, it says traditional English tune. A lot of these Appalachian songs, I mean, they came over with people from England and Ireland and Scotland and Wales too, I believe. So this all colored these songs. It's pretty cool. I purposefully have this descending pattern so that you can approach it with chords a little differently. And now for someone that's used to claw hammer, this is a perfect song to approach with some claw hammer picking. Okay, so I'm going to play through the intro, and we'll just go right through the whole thing, except for me, having to stop and scroll. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right on the intro. 2, 2, 3, 4. Open. 2, 3, 4, 3. Here we go. 2, 2, oh, 2. Ready, go. 2, oh, oh. 2, oh, oh. 2, 3, 3. nice little scale run. 0, 2, 3, 2, 2, 0, 2, 3, 4. There, I scrolled as far as I can. Bar 13. Here we go. Top of the page. As much as you can see there. Ready, go. 0, 2, 3. 0, 2, 3. 2, 2, 2. 0, 2, 3. 0, 2, 3. 0, 3. 0, 2. 0, 3, 2, 0, 2, 3, 2, 2, 0, 2. And we're going to play it again. Scrolling to the top where the repeat marker is. This time, if you feel like you can, what I want you to do is on bar 9, where you have that second fret, which is part of your E minor chord. Make your E minor chord right now. I'm just going to stop sharing for a second here. There we go. Make your E minor chord. Okay. When you play that part of the song, what you're going to wind up doing, hopefully, is you pick the note, then go to you're going to play open after that, and then you're going to hit your D. Okay, you're going to add a little bit of the chord in there, just a little bit, if you can. So again, E minor, frets are 2, 3, 4, just like stairs, right? And then you're going to go to a D chord. It might not be this fingering, but those are the only 2 chords you have to worry about in this song. Okay, so fret 2, 2, 2 on strings 4, 3, 2. So give yourself just a minute to go like E minor, D. Watch your hands. See how your fingers move. See what you have to do in order to feel comfortable changing those. Because the fingers, you don't actually have any, like with this position and this position, you don't have any fingers in common that you can just glide down on a string. So you just want to watch and see how you can change with your fingers staying as close to the frets as possible. All right, now back to the sharing. So what I'm talking about in terms of doing that, like focusing on line 2. Let's just focus on that right now. Dig in a little bit more here. So we've got E minor here, right? So you can plant the second fret on the first string, and then right here on beat 2, where you're letting it ring out, is a good place to do a little strum, should your fingers feel like they can make it there. The D chord, you don't even have to worry about laying down the chord to start, because you got an open string. You can pluck that open string while you're laying down the D chord to play on the 4th beat. Maybe you got to that chord already and you laid it down. Cool. If not, don't worry about it. And then it goes back to E minor, but this is just a little chunk of the chord, right? You're just playing to that 3rd fret of the 2nd string. So this is where, you could call this part, like, feel it more like chord melody here, where you would pluck that 3rd fret. Is that how I do it? Let me think now. I wind up playing whatever I play of the chord, actually, when I get there. But I do still try to keep it so that I just strum to the 2nd string. We'll just start filling in the colors a little bit. Now I'm going to ignore this bar here, bar 11. We're busy enough in there. Oh my gosh. Bar 12, where you just hit that 2nd string open, and then you've got 3 beats after that where you can strum. Yeehaw. Okay, so let's just try this 2nd line. Okay, so we're just going to start right here on bar 9. And I'm going to pluck the 2nd fret. I'm going to lay down my E minor, do a little strum, lift it up. Now I'm going to hit that 1st string open. I plucked it with my finger. I didn't pluck it with my thumb to get that note. I plucked it with my finger. I think just so I can have my fingers or my thumb ready to pluck the D, or strum the D, sorry, on the 4th beat. Now I'm going to my 3rd fret on the 2nd string. Sometimes I cover the 4th fret of the 4th string when I make my E minor, so I was trying to decide the sound I liked. All right, so pluck the 3rd fret, and however much of that E minor you want to strum, okay? 2nd fret. Now we've got to make that D chord to go with that 2nd fret. Whatever you strum of that D chord, I think I'm probably hitting just strings maybe 3 and 4, just a little strum on there, on that 4th beat where you're letting that note ring out, and here with that E minor. Okay, let's carry on now. We'll go to bar 11, and we'll just play the melody. We won't worry about anything extra there. 0, 2, 3, 2, 2. Okay, now we've got that last bar. That's just the 2nd string ringing out. Well, now you've got beats 2, 3, and 4 that you can color in with your E minor chord. Let's see. Did you hear that little slide I did? What I did. Because you guys have been doing this with me for a while, I feel like I can kind of get into some of the meat of it right away here. That 2 there, use your ring finger and slide from 2 to 4. And that puts your finger in the perfect spot to play the E minor chord. I'm going to stop sharing so you can watch my hands while I do this. I'm going to have another coughing fit, so I'm going to mute myself for a second. Hang on here. I'm back. Coughing fit's done. All right, check this out. This is what I did. Oh, this camera. I went like this. I had my ring finger on my 2nd fret. Did my screen freeze to you guys? Well, there, it's moving now. Oh, what the heck, man. So you slide from 2 to 4. I would go like, I'm doing it kind of slow so you can see what I'm doing there as my screen freezes. But it's just a slide from here. I'm digging in too much. I'm playing around with the melody too much right now. I'm just going to sit and play it, okay? So you guys can hear how I fiddle around with it. Yeah, I don't know what happened to me. I just started going wild with all this stuff. There we go. All these folk tunes, you know? And yet there I am going to a thrash metal concert. So, oh, now I'm seeing why you used your ring on bar 1. It's neat, isn't it? Just the, you start getting the thought processes for your fingerings. If you have the fingerings, if you're confident with the fingering you're using, then it makes it so much easier to add more to a song because you feel like you already know for sure where your hands need to be. It just makes life simpler. All right. I'm going to play through it in two different ways. I'm going to start right on the intro this time, and I'm going to play through it and just play the melody and won't add any chords in it. I'll just keep tapping. Using that slide to 4, ring finger, absolutely. Because, yeah, and then you set up here. Ah, the freezing. 2, slide to 4. It's like that camera did not enjoy having me turn it off, right? To hide my coughing fit? I don't know. Okay. Then it's a bit like a radio show today. Just, yeah, a bit like a radio show. Okay, here we go on that melody, the intro. You want the music put up? Sure. Yeah, I'll put it up. All right. There we go. Just had to move it around the screen a little bit. Here we go. 1, 2. I'm going to kind of rip through it a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do you guys hear my hammer-ons? I'm doing hammer-ons from O to 2. If you need to get faster there, if you feel like or not necessarily need to get faster, but if you feel like you're needing to do something else to get the flow of the song going, because you might want to picture this being on a violin. So hammer on. If you aren't too sure about doing the hammer on, with your index finger, just tap on that 2nd fret. Tap so that you can hear that 2nd fret ring out just with your finger without plucking it. If you can tap it, then the next thing to do is hit the open string and then tap onto that 2nd fret. That tapping, I feel like once I changed my wording to tapping to describe hammer-ons, I feel like it really made a difference there. So you're going to, you know what, let me just play through it again. With knowing now that I'm throwing some hammer-ons in there, okay? And I'm going to start, I'll do my little intro again, just because it's a nice little scale practice too, right? Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, O, 3, 2, 2, O, 2, 3. Here we go. Here comes the hammer on. 3, 4. Hammer on, 2, 2, 2. Or without. I just love this song so much. I think maybe because it's got that dark sound with the E minor and that sound of the E minor and the D. Really like it. It's also that chord combination of E minor and D. You also hear it in songs like Drunken Sailor. So it's got this sound I like. I know I've got a few chats there. Okay. Good. All right. So just in the window there on your screen, can you give me a thumbs up if you understand what I'm talking about on bar 13 with doing a hammer on, even if you can't hammer on, if you can understand the concept. Okay, yeah, I got one hand up, thumbs up. Okay. Yeah, you don't have to be able to do it. I just want to know if I'm describing it well enough. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing, and I'm just going to show my hands. Okay. Oh, this camera. I'm so sorry about the camera, you guys. I don't know why it's done this. It's probably the computer. The computer is just, I think it's on its last legs out here, and I gotta perform some surgery on it out here. So when I do that hammer on, the whole idea is, can you tap? If you can, tap onto that second fret without plucking anything, then you're able to effectively make that string ring by tapping right behind that fret. Oops. Then all you're doing to get that hammer on is you're plucking the open string and then tapping onto that second fret. And it's good to practice it. I'm on my fingertip, like really tippy toes, right behind the fret, because that fret helps that string to vibrate. So it makes my life easier. So I do a hammer on from O to 2, and then I just pluck the third fret. And that's a good one to practice. So even if you don't use that in the song, I would encourage you to just feel comfortable doing that. So next thing, I'm just going to stand here. I'm going to play, and I want you to just watch my hands while I'm whipping through the song, okay? Let's see if I can do this. Nope, can't stand up and do it today, I don't think. 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. When I hit that third fret, you can make your E minor chord like this. I don't know if anyone else does this, but I go 3, 4, 4, because that's the other fingering you can do for an E minor down there in the open position. 2, 3, 4, 4. And I did that over top of the third fret on the intro. I went like that and just did a little strum of those 2 bottom strings. The reason why I covered that 4th string, I find that I don't really care for the sound of that open G there. This gives it a more E minor quality, so that's why I do that. And then, you could do the last 3 notes of the intro. The last note's an open, it's an E. You can do that slide like I talked about at the end of the song. Or you could go something to get your finger in position to play that E minor. Okay. I keep finding more slides, you guys. Oh, Dolores has a visitor at the door. Okay, bye, Dolores. So that one, I gotta stop and tell you guys, share the screen. Because this is the thing, as we pick through this melody, you're gonna find more slidey parts. So I'm looking on bar 11. I'll scroll up so that there we go. Bar 11. that 2, that last note there, if you feel like you want to get slides going, right? This is just if you want to. You could take that 2 and you could again slide up, instead of playing the 2nd string open, you could play it on the 4th fret of the 3rd string. That's fun, you guys. I think I'm in a slip slide kind of mood. Anyone else playing around with these slides? Yeah, got 1, 2, right on. You guys look pretty serious on the screen, I have to say, and that's how I look when I'm goofing around with stuff like this, right? You can't be all focused on a song and trying out slides and stuff and, you know, smiling like crazy. Your brain's working hard. So what I would do is what I recommend you guys do with so many songs. You know, if you can print off a copy, color it in, man. These are coloring sheets, right? So the takeaway with sliding is, now can I... trying to see if I can, oh yeah, okay, there's my little pen. I'm gonna take that 2 there. I circled it so you could see what I'm doing. And instead of that open, you'd play on the 4th fret. Trying to white this part out. Oh, am I doing it? Oh, yeah, look at that. Oh, excellent. Yeah, so that's how that would look. 2nd fret, slide up to the 4th. And for parts where I might want to add chords, just where I feel comfortable, I'm going to go up to the, why is it not disappearing? There, good golly. I'm going to go up here and I'm going to add, I'll just draw lines. I do this a lot with my songs where I just draw lines. Okay, I'm going to strum. There's 2, 3, 4 beats where I could add in an E minor if I wanted to. Right? Maybe I want to. Maybe I'm like, I don't know. There we go. Okay, I added in a 4 there. I'll white out that O in a minute. I just want to have it right on here so you guys can see my thought process, right? Okay, now I'm going to go to bar 9. That's at the beginning of this line that I just started coloring on, and I'm going to go, okay, I got an E minor there. Oh, strum. D there and open. I just draw a line because whatever I hit of the D chord is good enough for me, man. Good enough. This E minor, I did use a different fingering, right? That was where I talked about using the 4th fret. So, I don't think I can draw. Like, oh, how well can I draw in this program? I don't know. I might be able to draw the chord chart. Oh, I'm just going to get going on this. Look at this. All the way through. If I'm going back to strum again to play the song, at the end, of course, I'm going to have more lines. Yeah, okay, this is fun. So all I've done there, really, is I've put in a little, oh, it's going to, I see, it stays right on that screen. Okay, fine, that's okay. I've added in those little slashes so that I know for sure where I could toss in a chord if I wanted to. I see a lot of fingers moving around there. That's cool, man. You guys have got some stuff going on there. Nice! Yeah, right on. Okay, so other approaches. Oh my gosh, what am I going to do now? How do I get rid of this? Are you guys okay if I clear all the drawings? Or do you guys need the little slashes on there still? See, no, okay. I'll see if I can. Oh, no. Clear. Wow. Okay. Another approach I might have, okay, is to, once I've got the melody going, okay, ways to play this song. Let's just talk about that. Play the melody just by itself the way it is. Super fun. Because if you don't add any chords in there, you've got this, I mean, picture yourself playing a violin out somewhere deep in the Appalachian Mountains. Whoops. The melody by itself, just as it is, gives you the options to decorate it using the skills that you have. Okay? So now I'm going to throw in little bits, little tiny hammer on. I play the first string open real quick before I play that second fret. It's almost like an accident. Whoops, I hit the open. Better throw down that 2 real quick before Tina notices I did something wrong.
Tina, I have to say, I really love the hammer on to the 4th. What a beautiful sound that gives.
Yeah, hammer-ons are great with this song. And slides, I mean, you can decorate this. You don't have to do anything except play that melody, man. It's just, this song's great for it. Hammer on to the 4th. Yeah, and you can wiggle it too. Wiggle the string, just wiggle your finger a little bit. This goes way back in time where you rub your finger back and forth across the fret just a little bit while you're playing that note. Hit the 4th fret, string 3, play that note, and then rub it back and forth across the fret, up and down. So you're going to go like this. So I'm playing the note, and it's just a little wiggle. And then what you do is you make it more refined and smaller rather than like this. You want just a little wiggle. So you might put down extra fingers. Make it twitchy. So I've got all those fingers there. It's to control it a little bit more. Real fast there. Did a little hammer on there. I slid from 3 up to 5. I did that going from bar 15 to bar 16. Because you can play your first string open, which is an A, or you can play it on the 5th fret of string 2, which is an A. Ah, okay. So I went like this. Oh, sorry. And I slid up. Hammer-ons, slides, you can use them in abundance in this song. You can just have a great time. you can also, one final note about this song, you know the part where it rings out where you're like 2, 0, 3, 2, like that? How about 2, 2, 2, 0, 0, 0, 3? So you're just adding in, instead of playing chords there, letting it ring out for variation in the song, you can change the rhythm of the notes. So instead of letting it ring out, think of like ta, ti, ti, ta, ti, ti. So right there, 2, 2, 2, 0, 0, 0, 3, 3, 3, 2, 2, 2, 0, 2, 3, 2, 2. I'll show you guys where I did that. I did that. Oh my gosh, how do I get rid of that little, oh, there, okay, up here, well, oh, there we go, it went away when I did that. Right there, bar 9, see how it, those are 2s. So I just doubled up the notes, are 2, 2, 2, 0, 0. Oh, okay, I was holding my breath while I did that. 2, 2, 2, 0, 0, 0. I'm not going to attempt the 3. 3, 3, 3, 2, 2, 2. You can change the rhythm of those longer notes when you're doing repeats of the song to create interest. A little bit of variation in there without going too far off the rails. So maybe you play through the song as written, and then you repeat it and you throw in some slides or some hammer-ons to change the feel of it a little bit. And then maybe you play it again, and that's where, with the long notes, where everything's held out, you decide you want to add in some extra notes in there to fill up that second beat instead of just letting it ring out. Letting it ring out sounds good. I like the feel of it, but it's also nice to change it. So I'm going to play through those 4 bars. I'm going to try really hard, 4 lines. I'm going to try really hard to play it as written, and then I'm just going to add in some rhythmic variation. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Third line. Here I added in the hammer-on. Just by really changing the rhythm of the half notes in there, changing the rhythm in those 2 bars on line 2 and on line 4, just gives you the feel of almost like a call and answer between the song, because you've got those variations. Oh, Kat, thank you. Thank you very much. This is what I try to do. You know, I want you guys to be able to take a song that you find and play around with it and make it your own. I mean, I can give you a song and demand that you play it just as written, but why? Right? When there's so much you can do with these melodies. So I know I'm a little bit over time, but I'm just going to sum it up. Things that you can do, right? So we played the melody by itself. Then we added in strumming on spots where it was convenient, right? So again, picking on bars 9 and 10, right? we did the E minor chord and then did a strum, D chord, and then did a strum, and then carried on E minor, strum, D, strum, played this melody because it's busy enough, went to bar 12, and that's where I started adding in that slide from the 2nd fret to the 4th fret with a finger that allowed me to plant that E minor chord, which I did the slide, and then on beats 2, 3, 4 is where I did strumming. I echoed that same pattern on the very bottom line of the song. Now, really, I'm ignoring this right now, this last little bit here, bar 21, because I tucked that in so that people would have, when I was giving it in a group, so that people would have a bar to hit so that we would all come together at the end. So I'm not too worried about that right now. We're looking at this as a solo piece. So you end the song when you end the song. So lines 2 and 4, you can approach the same way if you want to add in chords. Then we talked about what to do with it as a melody if you want to just play it as a melody, thinking about like a violin player out in the Appalachian wilderness or sitting on a front porch or something, hanging out. You can add in things like slides, and places to add slides that are pretty convenient are there. Instead of playing the open, play the 5th fret of string 2. Making sure this is all lined up at the end so that we kind of keep our brains fresh, right? So 3 sliding to 5. We did add in variation on these 2, right? Rather than letting it ring out 2, 0, 3, 2 for those 4 notes there. I suggested 2, 2, 2, 0, 0, 0, 3, 3, 3, 2, 2, 2, just to have a rhythmic variation. And then we got the slide happening from here to here, and hammer-ons, that was the other one I wanted to do. O to 2. I started tucking those in so that I could have a smoother feeling in these little speedy bits here. Do you have to put them in? No. Do you have to put anything in? No. Should you have the option to play it however you want to? I say yes. And I think that about covers it. You need to find a buddy that can play the E minor and D chord and sit there for you while you play around with it. That would be most excellent. You could take this to a circle and just write out the chords so that people know what to do, or bring out the tab for it, the sheet music for it, and get them just to play right along with you. And then maybe you'll teach them how to play the melody. Wouldn't that be awesome? Because if you teach this to someone else, then it's going to help cement in your mind what you know about the song and how to change it and add in, say, these slides 3 to 5 and 2 to 4. Yep, Vicky?
People about the link to the backing track that you have on your website.
Oh yeah, that's right. I do have a backing track there. I forgot about that. Vicky, thank you. I forgot all about that. Oh my gosh. I think I do too much in a day and I forget what I've already done. Okay, so that backing track, that's under like chords and tabs and more or something like that, right? Is that what that is? I have to find it now. All right, I'm going to stop sharing this because I could probably go on about this song all day, and then we're going to start digging down into the Ozarks, and I got to fix that camera and that computer. All I want to do today is not be orange, but at least I'm not freezing, so that's okay. That's all right. I like that. The camera's following me. All all I really want to do is sit and play on my instruments, and but I guess I better do computer stuff. I'm gonna
And
stop. Oh, sorry. Yeah, go ahead, Barb.
sorry, will you be putting this on your YouTube?
Yes, I'm gonna
Good.
behave, and I've got Diane is really good at like reminding me. And Diane, just so you know, I appreciate that. I've been. I'm gonna stop recording this for a minute. I'll just stop recording it. Oh, you like this one? Yeah, it's such a fun song.